Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Odio, and I'm here today to review Jurassic World Rebirth for you. Whoa, the dinosaurs are roaring back on the big screen. Oh, let's get into it. No, I'm not gonna lie, I was openly pumped to go see this movie. I really like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, the whole franchise. Especially, I like the first three movies, the original trilogy. I thought the first Jurassic World was okay. The last two, Dominion and Fallen Kingdom, I hated them. So, like, for this one doesn't have a very high bar to get over. For it wants to be better than the last couple.
The bar has been lowered to depths we can't even fathom.
With Jurassic World Rebirth, though, I do feel like there's a pretty concentrated effort to kind of get back to its roots and be a lot scarier. You know, they don't have raptors and things opening doors or saying Alan Grant. They're not walking around with eggs or making deals with them or anything like that or saving them from cages. No, the dinosaurs in this are frightening, cool, or like awe-inspiring, but none of them are like wacky or anything like that. So I like that aspect of it. But anyway, so getting into Rebirth here. Now, this takes place after Dominion and all the other ones. So you may be thinking to yourself, so wow, dinosaurs must just be everywhere now after the events of Dominion and stuff. So no, not so much. Turns out that in this one, they can really only survive around the equator. That's where it's most like the old Jurassic period where a lot of them are from. So the dinosaurs that don't live in that area are either sick or dying. And in that area, they thrive on a couple of islands, and humans are expressly forbidden from going there. So that's kind of how they get the plot going right away. So you're like, okay, I got a feeling we're going to see a new island here. So the whole idea for the film is very Jurassic Parkish. There's a rich corporation, of course there is, and they've bought off a lot of the old Chapter 11 stuff, you know, InGen's old technology and things like that. And they're collecting DNA samples, of course, and they need to collect a team. Yes, a special team, just like they had to get Alan Grant and everybody another one. This time they have to go around and get some people again, and they're going to be sent on a special mission. And they bring it up. It's been 32 years since dinosaurs have come back. They talk about all the different variants and all the time where they have to make different, bigger, crazier mutants to make more people want to see it. Kind of feels like the movies. It's sort of like a synopsis for what they do in these.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah, the plot overall is pretty bare bones. Think of it like this, you know, like there's a cardiac arrest, heart disease is a big problem in the world. And if they can collect DNA from three specific dinosaurs that have to be alive at the time of collection, then they will be able to like curb heart disease and save, you know, people, give them an extra 20 years or something like that. And to do this, they got to go collect the DNA on the island with a special team. And that's where you get the main crew, of course. You get Scarlett Johansson. She plays a mercenary in this who's great at going in and getting things and getting out. She's had a rough go of late. We get Jonathan Bailey. He plays Henry Loomis. He's like a doctor, scientist type guy who's actually just really interested in dinosaurs. His character comes off as really earnest. Like he actually just wants to touch the dinosaurs, see them in their wild habitat, and try to help them out. And then we get Mahershala Ali. Now, he plays the captain of this ship that's going to take them out to the island. Man, I got to say, he does the best job of anybody. I really believed his character. He had some good moments in this. You know, I really liked him a lot. He does a fantastic job.
Alrighty then.
So once the whole crew gets together, you know, they go get on a boat and they're going to an island. Now in this one, it's a little bit different. Are they going to Isla Nublar? Maybe Isla Sorna? Are we revisiting any of those? Nope. In this one, it's called like Isle Saint Hubert or Saint Hubert, depending how you pronounce it. And it's like a testing site where they used to have dinosaurs where they would mutate their DNA to try to make them look crazier or stronger, mix a bunch of things together. And when they turned out being ugly or just not that cool to have, they left them here on this island because of course they did. And that's where they had to go to find the dinosaurs they're looking for. They have to get DNA from three giant dinosaurs. One of them that flies, Quetzalcoatlus, is like a giant F-16. He's a terrifying, like the size of an F-16, giant beak sticking out on him with teeth in it. It actually eats one of the characters whole later on. I was like, oh my goodness, you see it going down its throat? It's frightening. I think I saw that one in a documentary on Apple TV or something before, but my goodness, it was terrifying. When they actually had to go get the DNA, I was like, oh my gosh, this dinosaur is scary. They also had to get DNA from this Titanosaurus thing, which was like a brontosaurus, but had like a big whip tail, looked like a snake or something when you seen it. And then my favorite dinosaur in this one, the Mosasaurus. They had to get DNA from that. And that's it. That's pretty much the whole plot. So they go down to this island, and that's what they're trying to do.
Not a great plan.
I mean, I'm not looking for Shakespeare when I'm watching a dinosaurs eating people movie. So I was pretty much fine with all that. And I like the idea of having to get a dinosaur from each realm, flying, water, and land. But when the movie gets going, I got to say, right at the beginning, within the first hour, the Mosasaurus is really the star. The water scenes with the boat and everything in it, it is fantastic. You see, I would watch an entire movie like Jaws, Megalodon. Don't bother with that. This thing could eat all of them in one bite. It was really awesome seeing Mahershala Ali. His Duncan Kincaid was his character. He's the captain. They're trying to like get the DNA from the Mosasaurus, but it's huge and smashing into their boat. You see Spinosaurus come in. The water scenes in this were like the best parts of the movie. I just thought it was fantastic. I would have watched a whole movie with that. Make that movie for the make a side movie or something like that. I would love to see that. It's really the star. And the Mosasaurus has been around since Jurassic World. It comes in and eats the final monster, and they use it sparingly. You get a few moments in like Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, but in this one, you really get some time with it, and I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And it was a big threat. There were several deaths there, people getting eaten and stuff like that. Super awesome. I actually overall thought the dinosaurs were the star of this one. They had all kinds of mutated ones. There was like a giant Godzilla one at one point that was like eating a helicopter and stuff. I was like, wow, what the hell is that one? It looked like it had a xenomorph head or something. I don't know what the heck it was. And there were these really cool like pterodactyl, but like raptors, like these raptordactyls or pterodactyls or whatever. I don't know what to call them, but they were super cool. And they did a whole lot of callbacks to the earlier Jurassic Park movies, especially with them. At one point, they had them chasing them to a store and they were clicking their heels, like clickety click click. Remember that in the first Jurassic Park? Like just like that. Oh, it was cool and kind of scary. And some of the mutated ones, they were looked like the original dinosaurs, but slightly scarier. It was awesome. That raptor stuff wasn't the only thing too. This has a lot of nods to the earlier movies. There's the flare thing from the first one with Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm. That comes back in a way in this. Also the T-Rex chase where they're looking in the mirror. You get you get a moment like that in this one that comes up too. Even the banner falling down with the T-Rex. There's a nice little reference at one point to that too. I like the little nods back to the old movies. It was kind of fun to see them in there. Between the mutant dinosaurs and the water chase scenes and the callback to the old movies, Jurassic World Rebirth did a good job making me interested the whole movie through. I love seeing the new dinosaurs. I love the callbacks to the old ones, and the kills were super interesting and fun, and lots of people died that I didn't expect. I mean, it's not like the other ones. They're not in a giant park, so there's not victims all over the place. There's not a giant opening where they can go in and just start eating all these guests or anything like that, but they do what they can with what they have. To be honest, up to a certain point, I was really liking this movie, but I just to get into one of the negatives that persists throughout the whole movie, it's this random family. I think they're like the Delgado family or something like that. Oh my goodness, they are just covered in plot armor. They're like the invincible family. So many moments where things should happen to them, and for some reason it doesn't. And it just they're the weakest part because certain times I'm like, well, this dinosaur would definitely have got them. Like, it doesn't matter if it's the Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Dilophosaurus, Mutant Godzilla. No, I mean, these guys are just like, they're protected by everything. Like, if you're in trouble with dinosaurs, hide behind these people, man. They it gets to be a bit much when you get going into the movie, and at several points throughout the movie, it's just like, it's ridiculous how they survive things and whatever. The dad at one point, he like hurts his leg, basically breaks it, says he can't move it. Like a scene later, he's like swimming in the ocean, diving off a boat, saving his daughter, running around, no problem at all. Then later on, he just randomly has a cane. I'm like, oh wait, did they remember or something? I don't know. All the parts I didn't like involved them, but I like the main cast, and I think they did a pretty good job setting it apart from the other ones, doing their own thing with still some nods in it. It's still dinosaurs, but it's going back to an island, going back to its roots. It was pretty scary and fun. I had a pretty good time watching it. For a lot of the movie, though, the stakes did feel pretty high. Characters were dying left and right, like they always do in these movies, and except for people you know are going to die because their price tag might be too high. But overall, it was great. Decent performances and a lot of fun. For a dinosaur movie, I mean, what can you expect? There was definitely things I didn't enjoy, but overall, this is a good time. It's a good movie to go see at the theater. Giant dinosaurs eating people, running around on an island. You're going to get it all in this. But it does have kind of a weak plot. The plot armor for some of the moments is a bit much, and it's overall it is parts of it are a bit dumb. But overall, I would give this movie a 7.5 out of 10 on the odometer. Pretty good time out at the theater. Dinosaurs eating people is definitely going to happen. If you're looking for that, you're going to get it here. Well, thanks so much for watching my entire Jurassic World Rebirth video. I hope it was Dino-Mite for you. And remember, everybody, please like, share, and subscribe to the video and stay out of trouble.